Sup, y'all? It's me, Jeff. I'm here to give you another video. This is on a subject that I personally am. Well, I don't know. I have mixed feelings for. I am a fan of it. I hate it. I get angry over it. I get very bitter over it when the subject comes. But I think for this for today, especially since it's Valentine's Day, I'm gonna tell you about it in full on honesty and rational thinking way. Yeah, I'm gonna be rational in this video. Usually I just complain, but let's see how I do. Boy, as you can tell from the title, the I'm gonna be talking about love and and all that. My opinion of it and what I think of it, and basically I can do a little bit of ranting and my history of love and my hopes. So let's get to it. Well, I don't know how to start this, so I guess I should just start from my own experience on love. I'm talking about romantic love, not really the generic love like what you feel around with your family members and all that. Just talking about the type of love between two people. That's very romantic and all that. You just want to protect them and hug them and kiss them, all that stuff. So, yeah, when it comes to my history, let's see. I've had small crushes when I was like in kindergarten and all that, and through elementary school. But I didn't have my first girlfriend until middle school, till 8th grade. Yeah, it was 8th grade. I remembered it was. Let's see. It was back in October of 2003. Yeah, around there. There was this girl named Sarah Olson. Now, Sarah, I kind of knew her. She's kind of like an acquaintance back in 6th grade, 7th grade, but it wasn't until we were sitting in the gym class, until she said that she liked me. She had a crush on me and everything, and that it just felt amazing that this girl that I barely knew, loved me in a way. You know, I just felt special. And ever since that day, through middle school all the way to the end of our freshman year, I'd say the summer before sophomore year in high school, she broke up with me because I don't know. I guess she felt like she wanted to move on to something else. But I don't. We're still friends. So I think so. I mean, we still remain friends and all that. I mean, she is. I did base my character from a Jeff and Taylor comic, Sarah, off of her. Sarah with the red hair. So that is the same Sarah. It's funny because when I was drawing up my Jeff and Taylor series, my girlfriend at the time, Sarah, was about to be Jeff's girlfriend. That's it. Just him and his girlfriend. But it wasn't until the breakup that I decided to make another character. Jeff will have a love interest, and that's how Jane got created. And Jane is the girl that you see in the middle of this picture that I'm working on. Yeah, I guess if it wasn't for that breakup, then Jane would have never been created. I guess in a way, Jane was kind of like my ideal girl, how I imagine my ideal girl to look like and act like, or something like that. And I guess that's why I draw her a lot, and that's why she's my favorite character. But I don't know. But that's not the real reason right now. I mean, I like her because she's funny, and her hair is fun to draw, and her braces and all that, and her bow. She looks so cute, But I'm digressing. So after that breakup, years went by through high school, and it wasn't until senior year in high school where I started to actually fall in love with her again. And then this went on from early 2008 all the way to the very end of that same year, because that's all I ever she was all I ever thought about. Like, every love song I've heard made sense to me. I kind of related to her, between me and her and all that. All the romantic comedies I was into. I won't go into deep detail about that time period, but yeah, she was all I talked about back in college, and yeah, I kind of told her that that I, loved her when I was during. It was like a few days after Christmas of that year, and she kindly rejected me. But hey, but yeah, Sarah is now doing well. She is married to this guy that she met online, and they're living in Oregon together. That is, and I'm happy for her. Now, the next relationship I had wasn't until, you know, actually it happened back in October of 2012. I have a feeling that October will be a romantic year for me. Excuse me, a romantic month. October. Can't believe it. Should be February, It's Valentine's Day. But yeah, October. It was. I remember the day. It was October 12th, where I actually. Yeah, I mean, yeah, her name was Destiny, and we kind of met online through a friend. Kind of suggested us to meet together since we were both single. But I was kind of reluctant at first because she was a few years younger than me. But yeah, I guess we liked each other. I mean, through retrospect, the whole relationship felt like a high school relationship. It's not like we did anything. It's not like it was super super serious. But yeah, lo and behold, she broke up with me on New Year's Day, of all days. Yeah, and lo and behold, she's now married to another guy. And it's funny how that happens. Oh well. Makes me wonder, when am I gonna steal somebody else's girl and marry her? Yeah. Oh, you can hear it already, my bitterness. I'm trying to be rational. It was for the best. For Sarah and Destiny, I will not go back in time and repatch things. What's done is done. I'm gonna forget. About them. I mean, I won't forget about them completely, but yeah, they're still friends with me. Now, geez, when it comes to my opinions on love, I do believe in it. It's like with my comic, I try not to be too bitter, like just because I've been single for like a long time doesn't mean that I want my characters to suffer with the whole love thing. I mean, yeah, I can show my audience and my characters the harshness of love and having crushes, but ultimately I want them to have happy endings. I do believe that love will conquer. It's just a very rough thing, and with love you have to work on it, on a relationship. I really don't believe in, let's see, love at first sight, that two people will see each other for the first time and then automatically, oh boom, there's that. Because I remember, I remember how my sister and her husband met. And when they told me this story, the very first time they laid eyes on each other, they didn't think of anything. They didn't think that, oh man, this person is the one I'm gonna be with. No, I remember my sister saw the guy. She said, eh. Then she left him alone. It wasn't until the second time they saw each other where they got to know each other and then ultimately fall in love and then get married and have kids and then make me into an uncle. That's it's something that happens gradually and subtly. You know. And I kind of want that. If I were to have my next girlfriend or soulmate, I want it to just happen instead of just having it forced. Like I don't know. I don't believe. I mean, I don't want to go into any speed dating or any internet chat rooms or anything like that because I don't know. I feel like you're forcing your way. I believe true love is something that happens, and that's what I'm kind of skeptical with how people treat love these days. It's because because of the high divorce rate. Is because I don't know if I sometimes question. It's like it kind of makes me a jerk. It kind of makes me a jerk to ask this, but I kind of want to ask couples: are you two really in love, or are you just together because you're afraid of being alone forever, and then you just tie the knot, and then find out that you're not really meant for each other, and then divorce? I mean, it kind of makes me a jerk for thinking that, but I'm just a bit skeptical. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I am a skeptic, but geez, sometimes I would be so bitter? I remember back then. I mean, before I thought things rationally and before I matured. I remember when I was a teenager. After the breakup with Sarah, I got my self-esteem got really low, and I always thought that she broke off with me because I was, I don't know, ugly, or if I was a bad boyfriend or something like that. I mean, I don't know the real reason now. Even with Destiny, I still don't know the real reason why she broke up with me. I always thought it was my drawings that kind of freaked her out. Because with my drawings of the West End girls, you know how they look like. I mean, they're really busty and all that. And I was afraid that she was kind of insecure when I showed them those pictures. Because believe me, those the West End girls, their body types isn't what my ideal woman looks like. They just look like that just because. I guess it's because for my male audience to like, but it's not my preference. I actually don't have a preference when it comes to body types. As long as she's very nice and healthy, you know, I'm fine with that. I don't know. Now I sound like a jerk when I said that. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know. Yeah, but back then I hated the subject of love. Even now I kind of feel a bit bitter when somebody discusses uh, this subject to me. It's like, when are you gonna get a girlfriend or something like that? And if they, it depends on how they ask the question. But I would sometimes answer in a very Scrooge way, saying that, you know, it's if they say, Chef, how come you don't have a girlfriend? I would answer, well, maybe because I'm too ugly. I just hate myself. I mean, all these girls don't like me. Why can't God do me a favor and just kill me? I just do that. I just do that at the heat of the moment just to release my anger, and I don't know why. I mean, I shouldn't think like that. I should not do that. I wonder if other people think like that too. If they doubt themselves. But the real reason, this is the rational self talking. The real reason why I'm still single is because I don't get out much. I don't really. I mean, I can talk to girls easily, but I am somewhat very picky when it comes to me, having crushes on girls, because she would have to be, I don't know. It's like she would have to be nice and single and around my age. When it comes to girls and their ages, I am incredibly picky. It's like my ideal woman would have to be at least 2 years younger than me or 2 years older. That's just funny. And yeah. I mean, I was about to say something else, but I forgot. Surprise. I mean, this is unscripted, JFM Studios is very unscripted. I remember this one time when I was in my bitter stage. I think this happened in 2010. Yeah. It's like when I was in college, we were in our class. We were on the ferry coming back from Seattle. I was sitting with 3 girls. I remember their names. My friend Jade. I was sitting with her, along with 2 other friends, Brianna and Christine. And then Brianna was talking about her boyfriend. Talking about how great of a guy he is, and how all the other girls are, kind of like him too. And she said, "Oh, all the other girls, tell me that my boyfriend is so nice and everything, and they're jealous of me, and all that." And I just got flustered and very angry when I heard that. I don't know why. And then I just, I don't know. I didn't yell, but I just said, "Oh, I thought girls didn't like nice guys. I mean, what the heck is that?" I just said that, and then there was an awkward silence, and then nobody said anything to me after that. It's quite funny. I should put it in the comic. All the tragedies that I've gone through for my life. I put it in the comic just to redeem itself. I mean, everything happens for a reason. But yeah, that kind of goes to a segue with the whole nice guy versus jerk theory, which I don't believe. It's like they say in the media, in the mainstream media, Hollywood likes to talk about this, and people on YouTube like to do this, like dating gurus. They like to say that nice guys finish last. Girls always go for the confident, tough guy, jerk. So blah 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 blah. But I don't believe that. I mean, you can be a nice guy and be confident at the same time. There's a difference between being a nice guy and a pushover. Alright? There's a nice guy and a pathetic pushover. Alright? I mean, I consider myself to be a nice guy. I care about, my friends and my girl. If I were to have one, she would be I would treat her with respect, and she would be my number one. But at the same time, I wouldn't be her yes man. I wouldn't be her lapdog. If she says, oh, if she wants me to call the shots, I'll call the shots. I'm not gonna say. I do want to ask her some things like, hey, do you want to eat somewhere? And then if she will be like, no, I don't know, you pick. And I say, okay, I'll pick. But yeah, I'm not a pushover. And if she disrespects me, I'll call her out on it. And then if she continues to disrespect me, then I'll break it up. I deserve better. Have some self-respect and some confidence. Yeah, confidence will help, but there are some girls that like shy guys. I hate it when they generalize things. These gurus, these so-called gurus, always generalize things. When in essence, every human being has his or her own preference. Whether it comes to body types or personality traits, there are plenty of girls who like shy guys, but they're not really vocal about it. I don't know. Yeah. Someone said on one of my friends on Facebook said that the girls who go for jerks or tough guys or jocks, something like that, it's more like a short-term thing. And I do believe that it's a short-term thing. Like most younger girls, like teenagers and girls in their 20s, always go for the jerk. Well, not always, but it seems that way. But once they get older, like in their late 20s, early 30s, that's when they start to want to settle down and want to have a man that they want to be with. That's the key word. Man. Same with, boys. Boys or men rather prefer to go with ladies. Real women rather than immature girls or sluts. I know. There are a lot of boys that say, "Oh, I hate it when girls always go for the jerks," and blah 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 blah. But there are some girls that complain about boys always picking the let's say the slutty girls. Why don't people ever talk about the problems girls have when going out with guys? There are some girls that have a tough time with that, and I hate it when people don't address that. I mean, everybody has their problems. I hate it when these guys on YouTube, being these being these love gurus, saying that this is how you pick up a girl. I mean, I've looked through YouTube and say, oh, how to attract women and get them in bed. I mean, that's the actual title of the video. I mean, I myself am not interested in that because I personally, prefer long-term relationships. I want to find the love of my life and marry her and have kids rather than have a one-night stand. I just want a girlfriend to actually care about, and whenever I have problems she makes me feel better, and whenever she has problems I like to help her out and make her feel better. We support each other, talk about our problems, talk about our days, do stuff together, hang out with friends, hug and kiss, and and look at the sunset together. And it makes me. I know I sound like a total cheeseball, but yeah, that's what I want out of life. One of the things that I want is to have a wife and kids. Yeah, because all these things that I mean, I remember I saw this one video of this guy saying that I have gone through an epiphany. That I know I was a pathetic loser, but now I can get any woman I want. The key is to blah 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 blah, and you could sleep with her and then dump her and blah, what? What the hell are you talking about, boy? I don't want that. I mean, I'm not a one night stand kind of guy. Sheesh. And I hate it. And he places bad names towards all guys, saying that we only want sex. And that's not true. That's horrifically untrue. Because you don't have to be in love to have sex. That's why there's prostitutes. Ever heard of a man actually falling in love with a prostitute before he sleeps with her? No, that doesn't happen. Except with a pretty woman. But I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie, but I heard that's what happens. I think he falls in love with her after that happens, and then then they get together. I don't know. I don't know what happens in that movie, so don't judge me. I shouldn't use that. But yeah, like I said, you don't have to be in love to have sex. I mean, yeah, I don't have to. Excuse me. I don't. I hope I don't. I hope I didn't feel. Oh, now I'm getting mixed up. This is so hard to talk about, man. Very hard. Alright, let me calm down. I hope I didn't sound too pathetic in this video. I mean, I am optimistic when it comes to finding my girl, but I don't know. I still have to wait. Someday I will find my soulmate, my love of my life, my Miss Right, my fish, however you like to call it. But I don't know. Yeah. Unlike some people that you see in the internet, like this certain man, this man-child, I should say, who draws his comics, that I kind of feel creepy. It's creepy how similar I feel towards him. He describes himself as a virgin with rage. You may know him. Chris Chan. Yeah. Of course, I haven't heard from him in a long ass time. But yeah, I just believe me, I'm not a virgin with rage. Believe me, I'm just rage. When it comes to this stuff. Silent rage, I should say. But yeah, ultimately, through retrospect, I just want to find a girl that I can fall in love with. That's the key, for me to fall in love with her. Because all these guys who complain, they say, oh, why don't girls like me? But, for me, I'm like, oh, why can't I find a girl for me to love? To actually find attractive and all that. But, of course, I gotta get out there, I gotta get out there and interact with people. Because that's the only way to actually meet the girl. I mean, it's not like she'll come inside my house, It's not possible. I mean, the chances of that are slim. Very slim. Slim fast. Alright, did I cover everything that I want to say? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Oh my god, almost 24 minutes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I really hope you enjoy this long ass video. And if you're single on this Valentine's Day, don't you worry. Because there's always hope, there's always tomorrow. And let's hang in together. So, there you have it. JFM out, and next video I'll talk about my self-esteem issues and my depression issues and a whole bunch of depressing shite. Yeah, aren't I a winner? Okay, so I'll see you guys later. And oh, and a little disclaimer. Really, I am secure with myself, so if you could, I'm not asking for advice when it comes to picking up girls. I'm confident in myself that I will get one, just not now. So please don't tell me, Jeff, you need to get out there now, you pathetic loser. No, I don't need that. Nobody needs that. Just Just spare the unwanted advice. Alright? Please? Okay. Alright, JFM out, and I'll see you guys later in another video. Very soon. Goodbye.